Concrete. Many of you may think when you're thinking about concrete, it's a grey, bleak, but strong and stable product. But you know what? I love concrete. I love how it feels. I could literally stare at concrete all day. I've often been found walking down a road with someone where I all of a sudden stop and I start to admire a concrete wall. And they look at me slightly confused and say, "What's wrong with you, Rakesh?" But why wouldn't you love concrete when you can make it look like this? Concrete is a truly beautiful product. And concrete truly can be innovative. But you may ask, how do you create innovation out of concrete? To us, innovation is about creating a truly innovative culture, where everyone within an organization, from the CEO to the shop floor, wants to be different. They don't want to make and sell the same products that everyone else does. They want to transform the world we live in. A culture where everyone shares and breathes the same vision, and opportunities arrive, and differences are embraced and explored. If I can just tell you the story about how it began for us. We run a family business. It's my father, who's here in the audience today, and myself. Now this has its quite own interesting dynamics. Dad, as I'd like to call him, came from a small village town in Punjab, India. Came from a very large family, 10 brothers and sisters. They didn't have much. Dad used to tell us that food was even scarce. They couldn't afford to send everyone to school, except for my father and one of his other brothers. But from a very young age, Dad was a bright student, was very good with numbers, and was driven to achieve so much out of life. In 1972, he migrated to New Zealand. And after a few years, he started himself in business in the construction industry. It was the 1980s, and the New Zealand construction market was booming, and so was my father. But the 80s is also very well known for the 1987 share market crash. And very quickly, my father went from hero to zero. I was roughly about 12 years old at that time, and I remember the hardship that my father went through. But you know what? Dad slowly picked up the pieces over the next 10 years and re-established himself in business, but a lot more cautious this time. Me, being the good Indian son that I am, joined my father in business. Having seen my dad go through these ups and downs, the real boom and bust of the construction industry, I said to Dad, "Dad, we have to look at things differently. We can't allow ourselves to keep on going up and down just because of the economy. We need to be better than our competitors and override any downturn." Dad and I are quite contrasting individuals. Actually, that's putting it mildly. We are completely two different people from the opposite sides of the spectrum. Dad is a person that goes with his gut and is very confident in his decisions. I need to overanalyze everything, right down to the bottom T, sometimes to the point that I don't actually even make a decision. As you can imagine, especially in business, this can lead to some quite often heated debates. But to be honest, without us challenging each other and the differences that we go through, I don't believe we would have been a successful team that we have. Some of the most innovative ideas that we've come through together have been in these in-depth discussions and these tussles between each other. When I started with my father in 1999, we employed 10 people, and today we employ an amazing team of 220 people and growing every day. Part of our success has been creating this truly innovative culture, where every single individual within our organization lives and breathes our shared vision to be the best and wants to be part of something greater than just making grey concrete. To truly inspire your team and embrace your vision, you need to ensure that your vision is communicated regularly, loudly, and it truly inspires the team. A lot of organizations under-communicate their vision. They might announce it a couple of times through a memo or an email, or the CEO might get up and say a couple of speeches. We go through considerable efforts to ensure that our vision is constantly communicated. As simple as having regular staff meetings with everyone in our team discussing the vision, discussing what's gone well, what hasn't gone well, and what we could do better. Issuing company newsletters, informing the staff what's going on, and ensuring, most importantly, that we celebrate the wins of our team and acknowledge the staff. Very simple things, such as having barbecues at the end of the week of a great week, to large corporate celebrations for winning the Auckland Business Awards. Being a business in South Auckland, a large percentage of our shop floor are migrants: Indian, Filipino, Tongan, Samoan, where English is not their first language, and they're all quite culturally diverse. So as you can imagine, portraying our vision and inspiring our team did have its challenges. Identifying this quite early, we started literacy training to help them develop their English. What was most heartwarming about this experience was not so much what they gained for our work and for them at work, was what they gained in their own personal lives. To assist in our innovation journey, we even created a research and development team. It was important for this team to also include all people from all parts of the organisation. Again, from the management down to the shop floor. The team meets regularly every month, and they have the freedom to research and develop whatever they feel will help the company meet its vision. We wanted to create an environment where all employees truly had the environment where they had the opportunity to explore and a voice to be heard. So we came across a concept called ideas boards. These are boards that are placed throughout our organisation where any staff member can write an idea on a post-it note. Very simple. These ideas are then recorded onto a register and ranked by the degree of benefit versus the degree of effort. The register provides a visual for the staff to see that their ideas are being addressed. We have seen amazing interaction from all of our team through this process. One example I'd like to share with you guys is a new racking system that we developed. Through the company growth, we're experiencing severe storage constraints. By the ideas concept board from our shop floor, they devised a new racking system that not only utilised the space better, was a lot more flexible, and was cheaper to make. A great achievement from our talented team in South Auckland. As concrete from the Romans still stands here today, we hope that our concrete will stand in New Zealand for hundreds of years to come and will help keep Auckland beautiful for the next generation. The differences between my father and myself, we believe, have enabled us to be a success. Creating a truly innovative culture is about creating a team where differences are explored and embraced, where a vision is shared and breathed by every single employee, and where every employee has the opportunity to be heard. Concrete is what we love, but the true foundation of our business is great people and innovation. Thank you.